Welcome to the Race Club Secret Tip of the Week. This week we're going to talk about oxygen, the most important nutrient and one that we often overlook. The fact is, without oxygen we can't live for more than 7 or 8 minutes. And with oxygen it helps us to produce one of the most vital fuels for our muscles called ATP. We can produce ATP in our bodies without oxygen, but we don't produce it nearly as efficiently. When we have oxygen versus not having oxygen, we produce 15 times more ATP, and we don't produce a byproduct which is called lactic acid, which slows us down. So the point is, we need as much oxygen as we can get. The problem is the act of getting oxygen or breathing is problematic for freestyle, breaststroke, and butterfly. So we have to learn to breathe in a way that we reduce the consequences, which are increasing drag and slowing our stroke rate. If we can learn to breathe effectively and fast and quickly, we can get more oxygen and improve our swimming performance. Here are some examples of different types of breathing patterns. Now, the first thing I'm going to show you is the wrong way to breathe, which is to hold the head up high, breathe forward, and turn the head too much. And here you can see that I'm turning the head way too far up, rotating the body and the hand underneath the body, creating a lot of drag. And look at the amount of drag that's created by the head being too high. You see the bow wave coming off my head, from the head being held up, and all of that contributes to an increased amount of drag. In this case, I'm dropping my head, and you can see the bow wave go right over the top of my head. So by holding the head down, you not only elevate the hips, but you get that energy or that bow wave going over the top of your head, which doesn't slow you down, reducing drag. When you watch the lower head position from the side, this is what you see. The bow wave goes over the top. You notice I'm breathing back, and I'm not turning my head very much. Now this is an example of breathing every third stroke, or alternate breathing. And the problem with this type of breathing is you just don't get very much oxygen. If I'm turning over at a stroke rate of about 65 or 70 strokes per minute, and I'm only getting one breath every third stroke, that means I'm only getting about 20 to 23 breaths per minute. Well, if I'm running or biking, I'm going to take 50 or 60. That's not very much oxygen. And so if you alternate breathe or breathe every third stroke, you're going to probably have to be extremely fit, or you're going to get very tired. And this is a new type of breathing pattern that I've kind of adapted to, which is called a 2-3 pattern. And what I do here, though it's not used very commonly, is I breathe first to the left, then to the right, and then I hold a stroke. Then I begin on the right, back to the left, hold a stroke, start on the left, breathe to the right, hold a stroke. This way I get 2 breaths out of every 3 strokes, which increases the amount of oxygen by 50% over what I would have gotten if I took a breath every third stroke. And for old guys like me, or for anybody else that needs energy, it's a nice way to get more oxygen. The only time it's really important that you don't breathe is on a 50 or a sprint, because in that time you don't really have enough time to build up lactic acid, except maybe the last few yards or meters of the sprint. So the best thing is to not breathe at all, or take 1 or at most 2 breaths. And that way you can achieve your fastest time.